On blockchain. I am here in Santa Monica today with Mark Jeffrey of Guardian Circle, one of the crypto OGs. He's been around a really long time. He actually brings a lot of credibility to the space. Mark, tell us just a little bit about Guardian Circle.
So Guardian Circle is a community emergency response network. The idea is that friends, family, and neighbors protect one another in a crisis. So we're in the flash mob of help business. Push a button, help comes. So that's the basic idea.
And why do we need that to be decentralized? Tell me why 911 isn't my solution.
There's a lot of problems with 911, but the biggest reason is most of Earth has no 911. So 6 of the 7 billion of us, there is no number like that. In the United States, if you call 911 from a mobile device, they have no idea where you are. So there's a lot of problems with 911, but the biggest reason is a positive one. Your friends, family, and neighbors are probably closest and can help you fastest. So if you have a button you can push where all of them are brought together in a shared map and chat room, they can figure out the most quickly how best to assist you. So you've got a much better chance of making it through whatever your crisis is if you get this flash mob of friends, family, and neighbors suddenly rushing in your direction.
My family is potentially closer and cares more. So
and cares
that's
more.
a good incentive
Hopefully.
right there.
Not every family, but most.
Don't piss off your family,
Yeah.
friends. So I contacted you last week when I was a little bit down.
Yeah.
The crypto market's taken a little bit of a beating, not just in price, but kind of in reputation lately. We've had some bad actors, as we discussed Joby Weeks last week, a friend that has been arrested, some big scams getting kind of unveiled. And you did a great job of telling us why there's still a lot of reason to be hopeful. So tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so the first thing I'll say is there are a lot of extremely smart people in crypto now, have been in crypto since largely the beginning, and they're still here, and they're still, if anything, doubling down on their interests. So those people include Reid Hoffman, who founded LinkedIn. Mark Andreessen, who invented the web browser, the Winklevi twins, who allegedly invented Facebook. We don't really know, right? So, and then Zuck himself is still trying to do his labor stablecoin. The governments of China and Germany are now making significant strides. China is doing its own national cryptocurrency, which they're going to roll out in 2 cities in January of 2020. The list goes on for a very long ways, but if you compare this to the dot-com boom and bust and then really big boom, you had about $7 trillion worth of value in things like pets.com, but also things like Amazon, right? So there was a lot of garbage in that initial dot-com boom,
Sure.
but there was some gold in there. Amazon lost 95% of its value. Nobody believed it. Everyone thought that was a scam. And that was garbage.
And people don't talk about that today.
Well, they really don't for the most part, right? Amazon's just this crazy success story. But there was a period of about 4 or 5 years where that was garbage, discredited. I can't believe anyone invested in that stupid crap. And during that same period, Facebook was founded, LinkedIn was founded, Amazon came back and got its footing, Google got its footing and took over from Yahoo. There's endless number of stories. Really, the first wave up and down is sort of this big. The next wave, if you can survive this trough of despair, which almost seems inevitable in any sort of cycle, if you survive this is where the majority of the value creation happens. This is where the magic actually is, weirdly, in the screwed up times, right? And because everyone else has left the field. So if you're one of those that are left and you're building in that period, it's the best thing that's ever happened to you. And that's where we are right now in crypto.
Well, and you do a good job of talking about the condensation of the dot-com boom overlaid with the crypto. So I think you say it's like a factor of 14 or something.
Yeah, it's like a factor of 10.
Condense the whole thing.
So what happened with the dot-com boom and bust is, 95 through 2000, up, down, boom, discredited consumer internet is all bullshit. It's all about intranets and the enterprise. But really the right answer was to continue building the consumer internet, because kind of 2005 through 2015 and onward, it's a 10x easily increase in value in those companies that built in that time. So it's probably more like 20 or 30x at this point. I haven't actually gone back and looked since I first started saying that like 5 or 6 years ago.
So in some ways, we kind of needed the 2018 explosion and then subsequent drop, because now from those ashes, we are going to see the phoenixes rising, the projects that failed, we can learn from and build on top of.
Yeah, well, look, we needed that crash because just like with the dot-com boom and bust, the crypto boom and bust, there were a lot of shitheads. Can I say shitheads? Shitheads.
Yes.
Shitheads in the space. And they needed to get crushed. And they needed to get kicked out They needed to lose heart. So those people are they're not true believers. They're carpetbaggers. We needed them gone, right? We all know who we're talking about.
We do,
And we knew about it at the time that they were,
Right.
we weren't our favorite people, and so those people are now gone, largely, right? So the people that are left are the people who should have been here, and people who belong here are here now. So I for one celebrate the crash.
And you did a good job of reminding me that projects like Guardian Circle, there's a lot of movement going out there that is saying this decentralized technology is going to make a huge difference. Peer-to-peer technology is going to be community and ground up. And more than anything, those are the projects that are surviving this, that projects such as yourself put your heads down, didn't spend money egregiously, and are just waiting for that kind of roller coaster ride to just come back on the tail end and let the market take back over.
Yeah, it will come back. I believe this is absolutely a repeat of the .com to, regular market, Web 2.0, second wave boom. That will happen with crypto. The thing that's interesting about crypto is, if you look at the internet and the .com boom and what happened afterwards, that ate kind of telecommunications, entertainment like movies, streaming, music, retail, and there's a few other things, but kind of mostly that was it, right? This wave of technology will eat and is in the process of eating world money, world finance, banking, some parts of governments, some parts of law. That is several orders of magnitude larger meal in terms of value to be consumed than the internet. So this crypto blockchain thing, it's more important than the internet, and the opportunities are much, 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 much larger. And so I think that 2020 on, if you're in this space, you're in a good spot. You just have to live through the bad time. That's kind of it.
So you're in the right spot, folks. We're here at the second bottom, so right before we start taking off, and there are a lot of good projects doing it for the right reasons. This is going to be big. Thank you for putting it in context, because I think in a lot of ways we did have a big bubble with the internet, and what this is going to take over and disrupt is exponentially larger.
Yes.
And now's the time to pay attention. So thanks for that dose of optimism, Mark.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Shannon.
Have a good day, guys.